Hey guys, welcome back to Sam's LEGO Reviews, and today I'll be showing you my alternate build of LEGO set the Crystal King, which is the big four-legged Crystal Man, and the Crystal Beast, which came as a side build with Nia Samurai X-Mech. I've taken both these sets and turned them into one big Crystal Dragonite, not that big, but pretty big of a dragon, and I think he's great. And I've also finalized him. What you're seeing now is the version 3, and I feel like it's safe to release this into public. So here we are. I have split him up into different modules. Here's the first one. This will be the bottom half of his body. And I have, well, separated him like this so that you will be able to follow building him at home with your very own pieces from those two sets. Not sets, one set and a side build. This does not use any extra pieces. Wait, no, that's wrong. This is meant to go like that. I built this thing and I don't know how it goes together. Isn't that funny? Then we have this section that goes under there. It goes on top of it. None of the colors necessarily need to be where they are. They're simply, but I do advise you to follow them because they help like hide away certain ugly colors like white or yellow being revealed while this set is, fully put together and being displayed. This is a bit hard to see, so I will actually take it apart to show you. There we go. So it is these two plates stacked on top of each other to make that, which goes there. Wait, one more out. There's a bar, iron bar, and a piece that goes there, and one of these with a yellow brick inside. The yellow brick is mostly for stability. This dragon did suffer a lot of stability issues in both version 1 and 2. So now you put that all together. There should be a bit sticking out in front of this dark blue piece. And yeah, that's like main part. Now we will go on to the back. So this is like the base of it, and now we're building on top of that with this piece. So in the show The Dragons, from what I've seen, they have a slanted lower torso that like curves downwards. So that's what this is for, to attach ball joints to help curve its body downwards. And we have this module. So the colors on either side are not exactly the same, and how they're built aren't exactly the same. So it is a slightly asymmetrical dragon, but that is mainly because in the show, the dragons are made out of Venge stone, which is not exactly the same on either side. I don't know if the other dragons look exactly the same as each other, but yeah, they shouldn't look the same on either side. So like, this one has a light bluish gray 2x3, and this module over here had a dark just had a black 2x3. These go on to here, so that kind of smoothens it out to the main body of the dragon. You want to push that down, make sure everything's connected. There is supposed to be a gap in there. This place will remain empty for the most part because that's how I built it. And then we have these modules, which are almost the same on each side. So this one is a purple 2x2 with two slopes on top and a connection joint. So that is for the upper arms. This side, however, has a L-shaped 1x2 piece with a little pink dot that you can't actually see when this is put together, if I'm not wrong. Yep. And this should be how you're looking at it so far. This should be a bit down, or a bit lower than this slope. If you do want to modify that, you're welcome to. I mean, you can do whatever you want with this. I made this, and I feel like I want to share it with the world, or at least the people that watch me. Here we have this module, which has this little plate below it, and then this bigger slope again with a stud on top. I don't love the fact that I used the pink stud there, but it actually doesn't look too bad on the actual model. There you go. Slightly lower, you see that like slope that declines. But now we'll start with a different module that attaches to the rest of it, which are these two guys, which are the entire middle portion of the body that has not been there so far. You see this guy has that L, like an L-shaped white piece. And this is not actually a 2x2 if you're looking for that. This is a jumper tile, which is, you know, it fits in, and I didn't have any 2x2s in black, so that's what I used. In alternate build, something you need to do is, you know, make the most out of all the pieces you get, is my, to make the most out of all the pieces you get, and to also try your best to keep stability, even though that's not commonly something that you can actually do. This is a black 2x3. There is also a black 2x3 down here. And this, you know, perfectly slots in with each other, having 2 points of connection with this part and the 2 studs down here. There we go. And this is the middle section of the dragon. You should not put it, okay, yeah, wait. If this would slot in, there we go. It is a slightly tight fit. Do not put it in like this with the full part of the ball joint sticking out. Move it 1 stud back, so most of the ball joint is hidden in there, and like basically 1 stud back from the whole ball joint being exposed. And this should be 1 stud back as well. That is to prevent the back part of the body from coming straight up, so you don't have, you know, a flat body and you have the curved body like the actual dragon does. You also have these two guys. Oh, actually no, not these guys yet. You got to put in the seat, which can fit any one of the Crystal Council except Esphira and Pythor, but I'll show you modifications for Pythor, because I have both Pythor and Esphira, but I do not know how you would put in Esphira. I guess you could put a jumper tile there. I'm sure I have one of those extra, but yeah. That is a purple 2x4 with a 2x2 crystal piece. Wow, voice crack. 2x2 slope, a 2x2 like sharp pointy bit, and a 2x2 seat. Sorry, 1x1, 1x1, and a 1x2. Yeah. Then we have each one of these modules, which are for the wings, to attach your wings. Just put that on there. And same with this side, they're identical. And yeah, now you have the entire middle body done, so that's where you can plop your minifigure. And I will do modifications so that you can fit Pythor, because I have Pythor with me and I really like Pythor. I just love the serpentine. Here is actually, we'll do this module first. That is a like big boy piece that is being used to hold it all together. So yeah, 1 zigzag down, 2 of these inverted slopes, or not slopes, but like tiles, very smooth, and that low 1x2 piece at the back. Now we're gonna do this piece. We're gonna put this piece on, which is a slope, another one of those black pieces, and a purple bracket that curves off the end, hiding that Technic hole. These joints are also what will be holding the back legs in. We have this piece now, this module with the 2 big ball joints, 2x2 and 2 1x2s. That goes on there. Do not worry about that color showing on this side. I mean, you can see that color on some parts of the dragon, but it looks crystal-y enough that I let it slide. We will do this one now. This is to bulk up the waist without actually over bulking it. So it's an inverted slope with two of these brackets and another slope that goes on like this. So slope facing backwards, curving down, and these two they should be pointing down as well. And now you have a pretty beefed up sides, but these are too small, so you're gonna get this module first actually. Oh, I'm kicking a lot of things. We have this slope, dark bluish gray slope, and a purple 2x2 and a purple 2x4. That all goes in like that. You can also, and then you put this on top, which gives you that perfectly sloped back and a continuation of the purple to make it look more like it's meant to be there. Because in the best world, you wouldn't want any purple on this guy because that's not really there. But then we have this module. Yeah, sorry, I was confused for a second, but yeah. A bracket with a 2x1 and a slope and a little spike. We also have this piece which has appeared already on that main body. And this just goes here. This will be moving up by one stud, or be moved up by one stud, so you can have no obstruction. Same with this side, completely identical, other than this side has two spiky bits, so that is up to you if you want to have more spiky bits or less spiky bits, and you can move the crystals around and stuff. And then we have this module, which is a jumper and a 1x2 with a slope bit and a stud, and also this piece again. And that just goes right on top of here. And that should have at least, one stud coming out as well. So it's the same as the two side parts. And now we're not going to connect them. Haha, I bet I made you think we were going to connect them. We're going to slowly go through everything else and we'll connect everything at the end. And we have the feet, which are identical on both sides. So I'm actually just going to show you one. So we have, the feet is made out of 3 main modules, which is this for the front of the foot, which is 2 little spiky guys to make it look like claws, curved pieces, and a 1x2 crystal bit. We have the main ball joint with a 1x2 and a main ball joint. And this guy just goes on to there. That's a pretty good foot. Crystals are there to mimic claws because they have like hooves on their back feet, which is like interesting for a dragon. I'm pretty sure they had hoof-like structures. And we have this with it, which is 2 brackets, 1 slope that is opposite way around, and we have 2 of these little rock pieces, and then you just slide the foot into there, and that is the feet complete. And then we have the back leg. Oh, a piece just ran away. So with the back leg, you've got this, which is a big ball joint and a 1x2 tile wing looking piece. We have a ratchet joint for the connection to the back, back of the body. And then we have this piece, which is the same one as this piece used for the lower, but in black, and a 2x2 slope. Boom. That is the entirety of the back legs. I know they appear a bit skinny, but they do what they need to do. And now we have the arms, which are slight modifications of the Crystal King's arms. So that is the entirety of the arm, or like the main part of the arm. I broke it down anyways because I thought like the modifications, even though they're not much, I thought it would just be good if I showed them off here and you wouldn't have to, dig up an instruction manual for the Crystal King. But yeah, the brackets go there. You have the 2 side parts, This is exactly identical to the one on the Crystal King. So that goes onto either side. This inside structure was just built for fun. I just wanted, I didn't like the two black tiles there. Like, not black tiles, but I didn't like the two black studs, the exposed studs there. The same exact shoulder piece used for the Crystal King, if I'm not wrong. You can tell I got a bit lazy at this part, so I just decided to, you know, copy the Crystal King's arms. Now this is the main part with modification. So let's put that module down. There we go. So it's one of these pieces, brackets, and a 1x2 with a 1x2 and a 1x2 and a ball joint, the ball of the ball joint, which goes into there. So that's for the hands of the dragon. And then we have a weird building technique, an upside down building technique with this and two brackets upside down, and it just fits in like that. But the thing is, there's no studs holding it together, so they just fall apart. Which is why we have two more of these pieces on either side to hold it, the whole thing together. And that gives you a full, like, arm. It looks more finished than the Crystal Kings, which is what I was going for. And then we have the hand, which is almost completely identical to the Crystal Kings yet again. Not a lot of difference. We have these like bracelets basically around his hand to like make them appear more aggressive. We have black claws instead of the golden claws from the Crystal Beast. There's a purple bracket and a dark bluish gray bracket and a clip at the bottom. There is that that socket join, or the socket for the ball join there. And this finger build was an extra thing I built for the fourth finger, because if I'm not wrong, these guys do have 4 fingers. So this can be posed around so you can make them grab something, or you can make them, you know, just be like full hand on the ground. And that is that hand. You can basically just copy the Crystal Kings. Now we have the wings, which is a really weird structure I built, but I mean, this isn't the weird part, obviously. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Little jumper, spike, joint, clip or bar, and a 2x2. When we have this joint, which is, this is from what I know not an illegal building technique, but we basically have clips to go onto the bars, and then we have a plate and a lot of Technic holes, and that is because, actually keep that off, we have these guys. But this is the first part of the wing segment. So we have, because each Dragonite has 2 big crystals and 1 small crystal for their wings. So that's the big one. This curves down and that's the small one. It's connected with one of these cone pieces. And the Technic pin goes into this very first hole. This guy. And this last hole is used by this wing module, which has another Technic pin and a black joint. Not black joint, but a black Technic connector. And that just slots into there. And that, if you fold it in right, you've got the wings of the Crystal Dragon. And I use this to just make it look more, you know, carry more of that black color scheme that's been going on throughout the dragon. If you do not want to do that, you are free to choose not to. I will quickly assemble the other arm and wing, because I just realized that I should have not disassembled them because there was no reason to. But if you want a better look at that upside down technique, you just have 2 inverted pieces. Put that on. And same hand. Nothing changes between the two arms. And then we have the wings, which same exact modules. That goes in there. This guy goes into that third hole. And there. That's the two wings, and now onto the head. Here is the neck of the dragon. I know it's really plain, but I know of a Lego dragon that used a pretty similar connection for their neck. I know I've seen it before. I don't know which one it was though, but there you go. And then we have the head of the dragon, which uses 4 modules. Here's the first and most intricate module, which is just another 2x2 plate. The clips here are for the dragon's head, which I just put on 2 of the crystal pieces, crystal slopes. Put that on. And then, oh no, what if your dragon's head does that? You know, you don't want him opening his mouth like that. You also have this module, which is made out of 2 of the L tiles, the 1x2 pieces with a slope in them. If I can show that off better. There you go. And each one of these goes over the joint of the dragon, preventing his head from moving up unless, you know, you force it entirely, like you just push it on it really hard, it will pop the pieces off. And here's the lower jaw assembly, which is 3 different brackets, clips, and the middle portion, which is a lighter color, because I thought, you know, why not just make the inside of the mouth lighter. I have these 2 crystal bits to smoothen out the jaw when you put it onto the dragon's mouth. You know, that's a bit more smooth, and that's the head of the dragon. And now we can assemble the dragon. So you're gonna get the main body, put this in at an angle, so you see when that's in, it can't move at all. It's stopped by these pieces, and that piece, and this piece, which I really like how I managed to get that body shaping. We've got the back legs, which we first put in the really small bits. And then we get the feet in. And if you pose him right, the dragon can balance like this. That's why I gave him bigger back feet, so that you could have the dragon pose on its hind legs if you wanted it to. Oh, that's the wrong-sided arm. Plug that in there. His front arms are a bit long for him, but I think they help a lot with displaying and posing. And the mech cockpits do the same exact thing that they did on the Crystal Kings, helping hide the joint a bit, not very much. They don't hide them very much, but you know, they hide them well enough. So you also want to spread out the lower legs a bit more so that you have a more down to the ground looking pose. So then you get either one of the wings. Wings have a lot of free movement because of how high the ball joints are raised. See that 1x2 purple plate. Not 1x2, 2x4 purple plate helped a lot. Then we have the head, which connects in on the ball joint, and because of this slope, it can fold into that far. And then we just need to push in the ball joint, and boom, you have a pretty cool, pretty big crystal dragon. Very bulky. He does do a good job at being a crystal dragon. My only problem is that his body looks a bit thin, but not really actually, now that I look at it. So there you go. He has no tail, obviously, but he looks good from every side, and he does a very good job at accomplishing the crystal dragon look. You can open his mouth. If you decide to give him a breath effect, you can, if you put like one of those action pose stands from the DC minifigure series. And now for the mods you can do to make him be able to sit Pythor, if you so choose to. If you choose to give him Esphera, I think, like, to make Esphera go on top of him, I think you do just want to put on a jumper plate, because that would basically solve it. And now Pythor should be able to ride him. Okay, not quite. What if I take that off? Oh, and there his legs go. He can handle a lot of like throwing him around, but his arms and legs don't. His arms don't hold up very well because of their length mostly. But yeah, there you go. Now you have your Pythor riding atop the crystal beast. Why did I take off that front part? Actually, he could still stay up there with that front part. So now if you felt that crystal beast in the set was too small in the Samurai X-Mech, and you have the Crystal King, and you think he's kind of lame, you can have the Crystal Dragon with Pythor on top of it, riding into battle. If this piece obviously can't go on there, so you can just put it on somewhere. It's a bit ugly to put it there, but yeah. Probably put it on the dragon's head. But yeah. Now you have that beautiful dragon. With the spare pieces, I have built some things. I have built a miniature version of the Crystal King, which I'm not going to show you instructions because he's quite a simple build. Like, you can tell how to build him from the few seconds of screen time he is having right now. A simple model that I just built for fun. And I also have a version of that crystal thing that he has in the middle of the floating island that he, uses to control the floating island. And that is meant to be something in scale for the miniature Crystal King to interact with. We can, make it do stuff. I also built with all the golden pieces. I built a weird looking golden spider guy. I don't know if you want to build this guy. It's kind of weird looking. Yeah, I just tried to use a ton of the gold pieces. Here's my Kai's Golden Dragon Raider. A bit dusty, but we can have the dragon kidnap Kai's Golden Dragon Raider. Overall, I'm really proud of this alt build. It did, like I said, this is version 3. I have been cooking it up for a while. I do like it. There are some things I would have changed if I didn't have part restrictions, like maybe beefed up his chest a bit and maybe continued that dark blue. But overall, I think this is a fantastic set. And I think this would be a great addition to any of your collections. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!